Ask Siasa. And once again, I am joined by Mr. Nyamwea. Karibu sana.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Now, for Ask Siasa, as usual, yes, it's all about your opinion as well as your take on what is happening out here, how we are being governed as a country, what is happening also in Kenya, East Africa, Africa, and the world at large. Yes, yes. So, what is currently happening in Kenya? And that is the question that I'm going to, or questions are going to come from that sector to Mr. Nyamura. Is we know the current state of security in Kenya. We know that we are having, or we have been having, a lot of insecurity. Let's talk about terrorism attacks. Let's talk about Lamu, the northern part of Kenya. Let's talk about Sondu, which is recent. But now, before we come to that, the president, that is William Ruto, was today in Kisumu County to launch some projects. And first of all, what was your take on the reception to ya Rais pale Kisumu?
To me, actually, what I'm seeing, the president is losing popularity.
Mm-hmm.
Even according to opinion polls, even with what is happening on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
even through what we are seeing, a few statements from his close confidants, close friends, those people believed in him so much,
Mm-hmm.
it's as if the president is losing popularity.
And why is that so?
Is around 15 to 20%
Ah.
from where he was.
Mm-hmm.
And many reasons. One of them are the promises the president is going round giving to people.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are unfulfilled. Some of them are nowhere. They have not even started. We don't know when they will start.
Mm-hmm.
But promises, projects are being initiated every day. Wherever the president was, any meeting the president has, he must give a promise of a project somewhere. We want to do this. But actually, it's one of the reasons that the president is losing popularity.
Mm-hmm.
Why the president is losing popularity? You know, Kenyans are very keen and very wise. They are following the president's sentiments each and every time. Wherever he was, whatever he talks, he must remember people are also following.
No.
People are also waiting to see whether the promises are reality, are coming to reality, are going to happen, or what is it exactly? Yeah.
And of course, we've seen the anticipation of the president visiting Kisumu County comes at a moment where Sondu is actually crying. You know, we've been having like border clashes, that is between the people of Kericho and the people of Kisumu. And of course, the major thing that Kenya was looking at is the president's address to the issues that are happening, or the clashes that are happening in Sondu. But from his whole speech, he just talked about, first of all, the projects that they're doing in Kisumu. He talked about the ICT projects that they're doing in every ward in the county. And the Sondu issue, which is the last issue that he talked about, he just said that he has talked to Mheshimiwa Kithure Kindiki to solve that, to handle that, and the people who are linked to the terror attacks or insecurity there, or instigating like the unrest in Sondu, are going to be either wapelekwe jela kwanza before wafanyiwe safari ya tatu, you know.
Yeah.
And that was a very short moment before he now mentioned about the building of the dam in Sondu. So what's your take on now how the president chose to address the issue in the border issue between Sondu and Kericho?
I think this one has come at the right time, or the time that Kenyans are facing hardship, facing difficulties of different sorts, tribal classes, insecurity. So it's very unfortunate to Kenyans. Actually, the president has been to Kisumu. I think this is the fourth time to Roland. It's good for initiating projects to help our people who are languishing in poverty. But actually, what Kenyans are asking themselves, what is the meaning of these projects, because some of them have not started, as I've said.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you see, we are planning our army officers to go to Haiti,
Yes.
where we are facing similar problems in our own
Country. Mm-hmm.
We have not solved the case to do with Al-Shabaab, the problem to do with Al-Shabaab.
Mm-hmm.
I think just last few weeks, you can remember what happened in Lam. Even not even people, not even wananchi peke yake, even our army officers are still killed with Al-Shabaab just right here. So we are wondering what the same army officers are going to do Haiti, and we are facing the same problem in our country. And actually, Kenyans are now becoming used to the president's speech, because we expect reaction after whatever comes from a leader like the president. You see? I don't think whether something is going, we are sacrificing our own security officers for no reason. The problem of Sondu crisis has been instigated by politicians, whereby even the governor of Kericho is involved. I had just recently Alon Jiriot, who is majority in the Senate and senator for Kericho, speaking that publicly and openly that 90% of Sondu is in Kericho County. Why could he speak that about the boundaries when and if they knew they were going to solve this problem? Number two, if the crises are incited or is incited by politicians, what do you expect our security officers to do? Of course, their role is to protect the lives and the properties of the people. But who are the insiders? What is the cause of this war? And why can't we have a solution once and for all of solving such problems or such crises? Because they have been there. We have transferred security officers so many times, more than 10 times, wherever such cases happen. You see? So I don't think whether our security has an issue or any problem concerning the crisis in Sondu. This is what is caused by politicians. If a politician, a leader, can speak publicly that Sondu belongs 90% to Kericho County, what about the other leaders or the other senator from Kisumu? What do you think he will comment about this? And actually, this has been is what has yani imefanya hii au kana say imefanya hii nini hii vita inakuja ikienda. Yeah. Inakuja ikienda. Yeah.
And there was a statement that was made earlier on that every time Mheshimiwa Ruto visits the Nyanza region is when unrest actually comes up in Sondu that way. Could it be like it's a signal or a message that things need to be done? Or what could be the big issue there? Because why is it being linked to the president?
I don't know, my sister. I don't know whether the president is trying to copy the tactics of Moi, divide and rule of Moi era, or what is really happening. Why readers say, I think I followed that conversation from Ruo Nyanza readers, almost all of them, except Professor Otiende, Professor not Otiende, Professor Tom Chiende. And there's something I think, if you remind me, there's something I want to comment about that reader or that professor. You see, they are saying exactly what is happening because they are leaders. This is what they have been seeing happening. So it's as if the president is trying to follow or copy the tactics of Moi divide and rule tactics of Moi. That's why the leaders from Ruo Nyanza are worried. Yeah. You see, they told him to go first and solve the problem at Sondu. Then from there, he'll continue with other projects he wants to do in Ruo Nyanza because the project is the president. Yeah.
And now, in regards to Professor,
in regards to Professor, I don't know whether you saw a video where Professor Tom Wichinde was dissing money.
Oh yes,
was dissing money to the residents of Kisumu, Sondu, all the way.
Yeah.
Wherever he met people,
gave them money.
500, 100. Yani, no matter whether you are a child, no matter whether you are below 10 years, just it was to give them money. What was the purpose of that money? What was he preparing for the president? And why was he doing this ahead of the president's going to Kisumu? What do you think?
Probably there is something generous.
No. There is no generosity there, my sister. There is no generosity there. This is not even a campaign period. Even the campaign, we are not supposed to bribe. Even the election period, you are not supposed to bribe. That's bribery. That's corruption. The menace that we are singing about it for all the time. So, Kenyans are also worried. What was the reason behind the dissing of this money from Professor Ochieng? And why was it done ahead of the president's arrival to Kisumu? You see?
Yeah.
So, number one, maybe the president knew that the rules are disappointed. I really don't understand, but it's not good for a leader to bribe members or residents to support him.
But from the videos, of course, that are being shared on social media, and from what we've seen from the crowd at Kisumu, they look like a crowd who are pleased with the president.
Let me tell you, a crowd is a crowd. People can cheer you, can do whatever. Remember what normally happens even during the campaigns. Is there anywhere any politician can go without people cheering for you?
Of course not.
They must. They have, some people want to reason what is coming out of your mouth. What you have gone there in stake for them. What actually your fists is all about. You see. So, people must cheer you. And again, what if the ones who are cheering are the ones who are dissed money? Money was dissed. Yeah? So that's why we are asking, what was the meaning of this money? What was the preparations for this money? Ni njaa waliona watu wako nayo. Kwa nini hawakufanya hivyo last week?
Yeah.
Or last month? Meaning, some of these projects that are initiated or the president has gone, I've said he has gone there 4 times. I don't know whether the projects he has been initiating, some of them have started or not. But from reliable sources, some of them are still stagnant. Have not started. Why should we continue giving promises to people? Some of them are unfulfilled. Some of them we are not even able to do. Some of them are not even budgeted. Everything in this country. Like I had a speech last time from Matiang'i. Some of these people is as if they went to school to graduate rice. They know how to write. They can initiate projects. Even some of them, they know very well you must budget for them. Yeah, huwezi peana kila mahali akitoka hapa ataenda mahali. We are not against the president. But what we are saying, we want to see real projects on the ground happening. But not fake promises. You see? And again, as I've said, the president's popularity has diminished. Maybe he's campaigning. He's going around as if he's campaigning. He has realized, you know, even what is happening in the central province right now is a clear indication that it was where the president got a lot of votes from. Do you think he's going to run the same votes from central province? No, a big no. No from here to Nairobi town. No from here to Northeastern. Why? The promises he gave people during campaigns and even now have not started. None of the projects is going on. Yeah.
And just a quick one, because of course the president started a couple of projects.
Yeah.
And during his speech, we know that Kenya is currently undergoing an unemployment crisis, especially in the youth, you know.
Yeah.
And part of his manifesto, of course, was on housing.
Yeah.
And we have seen him build units so far in different areas. And aliambia watu wa Kisumu that he will be back in December to actually launch or initiate the units that are supposed to be built in Kisumu. And he will require 7,000 youth to be part of what he terms the building project, you know. And citing that, of course, employment is going to be there as well as the ICT bit. But let's not touch on the ICT bit. Let's go back to the building bit.
Yeah.
Is it, what's your take on the kind of job opportunities that now they want to create for the youth? Because number one, of course, we know Kenyans are learned.
Yeah.
You know, these are people who have probably gone to university,
Yeah.
but there's zero employment and all that. Yeah. But now the most or the major employment opportunities that are being given by the government narrows down to the sector of building. You know.
Yeah.
But what's your take on that?
Let me put it this way so that for Kenyans to understand. You know, we are also talking about building these units, whatever you call it. Imagine, I really even myself, I don't understand where the youths are going to benefit, the kind or type of employment they are going to get from building here. Hiyo ni Mchengo Street. Let Kenyans know, our youths know that hiyo ni Mchengo Street. Whatever you are going, any employment that is there, ni Mchengo. After that, the houses zitaenda kwa matajiri. What we want to hear, will these youths also be able to be given or wapate hizi nyumba in affordable prices? You see? Okay. We have thousands and thousands, millions, kwanza millions of youths who have graduated from various universities, some vocational technical schools, some colleges, some with diplomas, some with certificates in various professions, but are lying far at home. They have nothing. There is no employment. You know, the problem is we talk much, we do less. We could have, tungekuwa tumepanua njia ya vijana yetu watapata kazi. Sio kwa kuambia juu ya building units mahali wanaenda kusomba usimiti, kusomba mchanga, kusomba nini. What do you think they are going to get there? How the youth also they know? What kind of employment? Waende kuandikwa kwa hizo nyumba ama nini? The only employment the president is talking about is kusomba mchanga, kukoroga simiti, kufanya nini. Lakini swali umeniuliza vizuri. Wote wataenda hapo. Ni graduates wale tumesomeza na tumepoteza na pesa zetu. Does it mean we don't have any more employment vacancies katika hii serikali? Does it mean hatuna njia tuta create employment vacancies than is building units? Unaona?
Yeah.
We have been talking about fertilizer, building units. Our youths will get employment through these building units. Through which way? Through which man? Ni kusomba mjanga. na simiti na kukoroga simiti. At the end of the day, who are the beneficiaries of these houses? Who will be the beneficiaries of these houses? Not the youths. Huh? Bospori, President's confidence.
Anyway, hayo ni maoni ya Mr. Nyamoya. Now, just a final question, because we've talked about how leaders go out here when they're launching projects, and of course they give promises. They talk, they make certain remarks. And we've seen, of course, the president make certain remarks, but with him, what we've noticed is that he's sort of a reserved person, When we look at the likes of the deputy president of Kenya, he's a very vocal and honest man, When we can put
honest
that is
for what?
Moses Kuria.
Moses.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
Moses is honest. I thought you are talking. You talked about the deputy president.
Yes. Both of them.
That's why I've asked honest for what.
They're honest
In which
people.
way?
Wanafungua roho, wanasema what is there. Now those are two people I've put in one.
The only honest that can come. I'm not signing you from what you are asking, but in regard with what you are asking, the only truth, reality, honest that can come from the mouth of deputy president is about Azimio, is about Mutu wa Vitandawili, is about kina Moses Kuria, is about uchochezi, fitina. Hakuna kitu ingine. Have never heard mahali anaongea juu ya maendeleo. Hapana. Endelea na question yako, si eti nimekukata.
Okay, yes. So
but with Moses Kuria, I agree. I can agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Kenyans have seen what he has been going around doing.
Yeah. And that is his opinion, of course, and you're also entitled to yours, which is very much okay. Now, what I wanted to ask is, we know Moses Kuria is a very vocal person, Like if I could mention 3 vocal politicians in Kenya, I would put Gachagua, Moses Kuria, as well as Cherargei in there, Now, recently, number 1, we saw Baba, that is the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, make a statement that number 1, Gachagua is not fit to be a deputy president because his words or the statements that he makes could easily divide the nation, and also we see, of course, he makes controversial statements, yes. We've also seen Moses Kuria making a lot of controversial statements right here. So my 2 questions are, number 1, we've seen Moses Kuria, of course, react to his reshufflement. So I want you to touch on that. What are your thoughts on how he handled the situation? And number 2, I want you to touch on Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo's sentiments on discrediting the deputy president.
To start with, my sister, the only problem, there's conflict of interest in various departments in this government. The president himself, he acts as the cabinet, the cabinet minister and the president. He doesn't give chance for the ministers to exercise their professionalism kwa ministry zao. Unanielewa? That's why people like Moses Kuria, you have been seeing Moses Kuria going around initiating projects and actually openly, without partiality, without boundaries, without whether you are from Azimio or Oda, and even speaks openly about that. I think that's what has caused Moses Kuria. Number 2, you had the speech from his mouth that even if I've come where they have transferred me to, or served me to, I will still perform.
No.
You will hear what they will do in the next 6 months. Me, I will continue working for the people, because that's why we were chosen or elected for. Yeah? That's what Moses Kuria said. And later, utawapata tu wameanza kunifuatilia. But I will work for the people. Moses Kuria is 4 years. I want to answer, I've been listening very carefully your question. Moses Kuria is 4 years. But he does what he says. and is open. Sometimes, you know, even me, I couldn't understand properly about Moses Kuria. But recently, I realized that it's not Pombe that makes Moses Kuria to speak whatever is vocal for. Listen to what wherever he speaks or addresses people, what he says is actually fruitful. And is actually what Kenyans want. And which people like Gachagua cannot entertain. Because of what? You see now, for example, I'm answering your question right to the cabinet, to Musalia Mudavadi. If you have ever followed Gachagua, actually, I think, when was that? It's about 2 weeks ago, and even 1 month back, where he said, my role, my work is to look after the president. It's just the timing whether the president and the Raila, yani wherever shida yake apate asione Raila na president wakiongea. Now here is a big question. Wakiongea juu ya nini? Kumtoa kiti ama Raila akuja awe deputy president. That's again is a big no. Amerara ameingilia Moses Kuria. Here Mudavadi amepewa amepewa Ministry for Foreign Affairs and Diaspora. And that's on top of what he has.
Yeah.
So he has two what? Dockets. I think it's a pro to Gachagua. Mudavadi is gaining more power. Mudavadi is gaining more power. He's coming up silently. Because Gachagua talks much without action. And whatever comes, he's just monitoring what people are doing. He's never friendly to other people, even those people who is working with them. So such leaders, we don't want them in this country. Because they talk much, they do less. The common mwananchi will never benefit anything from such leaders. Yeah. They are not there for development. They are there to divide people. It's as if Gachagua is a president for Central Province. Because he doesn't mind other parts of the country are not for Gachagua. Yeah. Have you ever heard Gachagua speaking about anything concerning other regions? No. No. It's Central Province. He's imposing himself as a kingpin of Mount Kenya. Why hata hawajamwambia? That's the problem. So at the end of the day, finally, Uta is divided into two, Mount Kenya region. At the end of the day, Uta will be divided into three. Mount Kenya, Western, and the president himself, because he's also fighting for a second term. You see, that's why he's keeping quiet about Gachagua and the other people. But Raisi anaonekana kuamend relationship with Western Province. He knows very well the votes that he gained from Central Province hawezi pata tena. So sile zinapotea pale, anataka kuweka mahali hakukuwa amesipata. Unanielewa? Mahali hakusipata. That's what the president is doing. Sile zitapotea Central, atasipata Ucharuoni, atasipata Western Province and other parts. I think that's what a brilliant person, any leader can do. Why Gachagua analala, anasema kwamba yeye anapigana kutafuta president asiongea na mtu yoyote. Finally, to what Raila said, it is true. Any leader, especially kiwango ya deputy president, you are not supposed to be vocal. If you will be vocal, then be vocal na mambo ya development.
Yeah. Okay, well, that was quite a good summary, even to the leaders out there who are very powerful. But to our viewers, I am asking you the question: are you satisfied with Ruto's response to what is happening in Sondu? Please tell us in the comment section below, and also, what's your take on Moses Korea's response, that is to being reshuffled from the trade docket? Also, feel free to tell us in the comment section. And as usual, for Ask Siasa, it's all about your opinion and what is happening. So if you also have any other question that you would like addressed, please feel free to tell us on the comment section below. Thank you so much for gracing us and for,
Thank you, so.
yes, and for also lending us your opinion as well as some facts and knowledge on happenings here in Kenya. So from Ask Siasa, this has been a dope edition. We're going to see you in the next one, and peace, love, and unity prevail.
Thank you.